Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another video, and today I will be checking out a track from Ov Sulfur. It is called Earthen and taken from their upcoming record, The Burden of Faith, which will be out on March 24th. I have missed, I think, one or two of their most recent singles, but I am familiar with this band and very excited. They have an album coming up. I think if I've missed singles off the album, I'll probably just save them at this point, so I have more to cover on the channel when the album drops, but I'm very excited to check this out. It'll be dropping through Century Media Records. That is a mouthful for whatever reason today. So I will link any sort of pre-orders, any support links for Ov Sulfur in the description of this video. Shout out to Brad for sending this over to me. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. This is gonna be sad, isn't it? Wow. is beautiful. Sorry. Ov Sulfur, Earthen. Let's discuss. So not only a very emotional video, which the message was driven without that. I think you can feel it in the music, in the chorus with the singing here is outstanding. And I know a lot of people who, or not a lot, but there are people who, I've talked about this, who comment on a lot of the videos that I cover when it's deathcore and, you know, stuff like, I liked it up until the singing or and things like that, but I feel like in this song it's very evident that the message that they're driving and how emotive this track is. And aside from that variation in the chorus where the blast beats come in and the use, there was I think it was around somewhere around the 3-minute mark where the guitar comes in, and then the way that the blast beats there complement like, it's not, I don't really want to say a solo because it doesn't sound super solo-y to my memory after one listen and all of that, but then it lets off and the groove just hits so much harder after that. So I mean, there was a lot to process and take in on one listen. Where the mom in the video is like in the room talking to the doctor, the change there just kind of like, you know, the changes you can, and I'm not talking about transition either, because it wasn't necessarily the transition there, but the way that hit and was expressed just like made all of, like, you know, that it makes you have goosebumps. And just, it's been a minute since I think I really felt that way listening to a song for the first time and watching the video. I know with Constance, when Spiritbox put out Constance, that video, I never watched it again, and it ruined my day in a good way though, because when you can relate to something like that, it can be an outlet. So it's not like ruined my day, it just made me feel a lot of things, which personally I'm a big fan of when it comes to music. And everyone, I think that's where like the big controversy comes in, because people think it's either like right or wrong because you liked this part and you did, but it's not, because music is so different for everyone and they can relate because of different personal things, and that can change how something sounds. There are just so many variables that I don't like to, you know, argue the point on that stuff. But for me, and how I took in this song, that chorus really drove something I mean, without it still would have hit. I think there was towards the end, I know that when this part drops, Ricky is in the graveyard, then towards that part of the song, you know, some of that stuff is just as hard hitting for me, and some of the screams are just as hard hitting for me as that chorus and such. So it was really a group effort. There was a number of things to take in here, and that's really, while paying attention so closely to this video, things that I was able to take away. So I don't want to talk too much for a song that kind of leaves me with not a ton to say, that's a good thing. Most of the time I'm able to ramble forever, but this was a lot to take in on the first listen, and I need to go back and listen more to the without the video, I guess is what I'm saying. So, but I'm going to be covering the full album undoubtedly now, so I'll probably have a bit more to say about the musical aspects of this, other than what I've mentioned here, which were some of my favorite parts. I'm probably forgetting at least something. Right. The symphonic elements here added a lot for me. There have been a few Ov Sulfur tracks that I have found myself not revisiting, and that have been good when I first listened to them, but then they don't really hold much weight for me when it comes to repeat value. This I do not feel like will be one of those songs. I'm probably gonna go right off this video and re-listen to it again, put it on the playlist. There was just so much to take in for me, and as someone who loves the style of chorus, loves how hard-hitting some of the other parts were, this will really hit for me, and probably be, even though I loved it on first listen, I think it still has room to grow for me to start like really getting into it even more, because like I said, it's a lot to take in on first listen. So I think this is my favorite Ov Sulfur track thus far, I would say, so I'm very excited to see what else will be on this album. The track list has some interesting features on it as well that I will be keen to check out, so I will link any sort of promotional links and that in the description of this video. Let me know what you thought of this song, what your favorite Ov Sulfur song is. Like I just said, this is mine, and that's a call I can make after one listen to it. So music video also in the description. It was an incredible music video, so make sure if you haven't given a like and you also enjoyed it, go to that video on Century Media Records channel and give it a like, because yeah, very powerful stuff here. So anyway, all of that aside, the album, like I said, it will be out on March 24th of this year, and it is called The Burden of Faith. So all that detail will be in the description. You can also find my Linktree, which will have the Patreon. I have been having a lot of fun working on the content for Patreon since I rolled it out. Thank you very much to everybody who has signed up. It has just been a blast. We have our first live stream coming up on the 29th of this month for the patrons, however you say the plural of that. I don't know. Patrons. I have regular live streams going on right now as well, getting back into that, so a lot going on the channel. Also, my Discord invite link will be in the link tree as well. Discord is where the community for my YouTube channel is based. There are a lot of very wonderful people in there. We have music related conversation unrelated to music as well, so if you're interested in coming and join, check that out. That will be there, as well as any other link related to my YouTube channel, my Instagram, any sort of that stuff, so that will be there. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.